Okay, before people join, welcome. Welcome back to my art studio. So if you've been joining the last couple of weeks, you've probably seen me working on this pair of jeans because I'm launching commissions, but maybe I should introduce myself. Yeah, Odemi Kasim, that's my name. I own a company called Alaere Lifestyle, and I sell my original artwork and fashion designs. So me going live every week has kind of been like, I'm not gonna lie, it started off as an experiment, but then I started seeing, okay, wait, hold up. This is kind of working in terms of like, just me making more connections with people who are interested in my art. Hold on, let me turn on the music a little bit. But yeah, like I just feel like I've been able to, grow my community quite a bit over the last couple of weeks, and I'm intrigued to see, what happens if I continue to do so, or as I continue to do so. So we'll be painting these, but of course we gotta set an intention. So the singing bowl is making another appearance. It is. My hair is just like, y'all, it was my birthday this weekend, and I think I'm still recovering. 29 is not 21. That's all I gotta say. Okay. Yeah, so today's intention. What is today's intention? I didn't really think about it. I was kind of thinking about these off the cuff. I think today's intention is relentless faith. Like faith in that which we can't see, and faith that, when you are passionate and diligent and disciplined, your dreams can come true. And we gotta let the universe do its thing. We gotta leave some room for God to, bring miracles. But yeah, I'm gonna say relentless faith. So okay. Yes. Love it. Okay, so we are going to continue with the painting. Also, just some like housekeeping stuff, I guess, like I'll call it that. I've been going live like with different things that I do every day. Oh wait, hold on, someone just said hi. Hi Liashini, hi, thank you for joining. So today we're gonna be painting these jeans, but I was just talking about, or getting ready to talk about, how I've been going live every weekday for the last couple of weeks, and I've learned a few things. I think that the live painting just is more fun, and I think like it gives me an opportunity to share more of my art practice. I do have like stuff that I like to do, but I think I am going to be live painting every weekday for the time being and just see what happens, because I want to sell my art. Okay, so Nuet says HLW baby. What does that mean? Leah Shini says, where are you from? I am from Atlanta, Georgia. I am Nigerian American. So I was born here. My family immigrated from Nigeria. Okay, so I'll show you guys like what it's looking like as of right now. Wait, let me stand up a little bit. Okay, so right now we have the sketch and everything, and I just kind of started by painting around the jeans, or not around the jeans, but around like, the flowers and stuff, painting around the portrait. But I think today I'm going to work on the portrait. It is my goal, it is my intention to finish these jeans today. Like, so this kind of goes back to why I decided I'm going to start painting every day again. I used to, when I first went full-time, I was painting, like when I first went full-time as an artist, I was painting every single day. Every day I was up in the studio. And I think like one thing that people don't talk about when you decide to make art your career is that the majority of your time ends up being like admin and working on your website, working on social media, like building a strategy, PR, pitching, all of that stuff, like partnerships, pitching. And I've realized that it's kind of been affecting me, like, I don't know, mentally and emotionally, not painting as often, which was the whole point of me doing this, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like if I wanted to stay doing this marketing, I would have stayed in corporate. But, I think like I've made some good progress in terms of building my company brand and stuff like that. So I do feel more comfortable getting back to primarily painting every day. And I'm excited to take y'all along with me. Okay, so like I said, we're going to work on the face. We're gonna work on this lady, this beautiful lady here. So I'm thinking we'll start with, I actually have all my paint like right here. So let's see what we want to get. So let me just bring out everything that is brown and like go from there. But where are y'all tuning in from? Like, I'm so excited because now that I'm back to painting every day, this gets to be really fun. I just feel like this is my natural habitat. Okay, so I think we're gonna start with this burnt umber color. And I've mentioned this, so if you want to paint your clothes as well, I recommend the Liquitex fabric medium. So you just mix that with the paint and it turns it into a really vibrant paint. Miranda Bell says, hi girl, good to see you. Hey Miranda, welcome back. I was just talking about, it's good to see you too, or have you here too. I was just talking about how I've decided that like, because being a full-time artist requires a lot of like admin tasks, I've decided that I want to spend, I don't know, maybe the next few weeks painting live every time I go on live. And I know I have like other stuff that I do, but I'm gonna keep doing the book club. But I think for the time being, it's just gonna be the book club and live painting because I want to finish a lot of stuff. Like I have, actually, let me show y'all. There's some other projects that I want to work on. So like I want to paint this leather jacket. I want to paint it, maybe add some stones, like just customize it. I want to paint it, sew it, maybe switch out the buttons, And then I have this other jacket from Nasty Gal, literally my inspiration, Sophia Emma Rousseau. I will not tolerate any hate of her because she did something with Nasty Gal, and I feel like she's really inspired me a lot as I grow my business. But yeah, this is from Nasty Gal. It's just like faux leather jacket, but I want to, paint it as well. So because of that, I think I have to just paint every day. So yeah. Oh, thanks Miranda. Okay, y'all, if y'all don't know, if you're not like able to access the chat, Miranda says, you go girl, do your thing. Thank you, man, I'm trying. I'm trying my best. Okay, so we're going to work on the face, starting now. Miranda, how is New Mexico? Because I want to go out west so bad right now. Okay, I'm not liking this color, so hold on. Let me see. Maybe I might add a little bit of the cinnamon color from Folk Art. Hold on. I haven't used it in so long. Okay. Oh. The sign that I haven't used it in so long. Okay. All right. Mixing paint is so therapeutic, I swear. I wish, there was like a community to just get together and paint like in one huge studio in Atlanta where I'm at. That is like something that I would really enjoy, I think. But, okay, so I'm not really vibing with this this color of brown. So we're gonna try to make it warmer. Let me add a little bit of these colors. So I prefer to use Liquitex paint. I feel like these cheaper folk art paints, they're not bad per se, but they're just not my favorite. Okay. Miranda says it's been a little rainy the last few days and the balloon fiesta just ended. That's about it. That's cool though. Like, wait, is it like a hot air balloon fiesta? That's actually really cool. my birthday was this weekend, so I really just spent time like celebrating. I went to this really cool DJ set. My sister's friend is like, he's like a pretty poppin', like a pretty popular DJ. He's been opening for some cool people and stuff, and so he has, I think he has a residency at this place that we went to. So we went, it was really fun. We were in the VIP, so that was fun. And I was like, yeah, I gotta play some house music today to stay in the vibe. Okay, Bomo says hi. Hi. Let me turn up the music just a little bit, because I'm about to get into the zone, y'all. Do y'all just like, let me know if I don't have to chat, that's fine. But I kind of like get zoned in when I start painting. Fun fact, my first art show was actually a house music concert with this French DJ duo, or producer duo as well, I'd say, called I think they're called Pandora, but I like was invited by this music collective based in Atlanta to do art pop-up, and they had like live tattoos and everything too, so I would love to do more stuff like that. Also, I'm gonna turn on this light as well so I can get a better view of what I'm working on. But yeah, I would love to do something like that again. Like, cause I really like house music, y'all. Like, I'm really vibing right now, and I think it was just really fun. Ooh, or I would like to do like a live painting in person event type of thing, or like pop-up type of thing where I can still sell my artwork, but like it's a vibe inspired by the music. I don't know if you guys are understanding, if you guys are getting the vision. But yeah, there's just so many like cool collaborations I'd like to do, and hopefully me talking about that here can attract it. Okay. Miranda says, yeah, hot air balloon, the International Balloon Fiesta every year, first 2 weeks of October. I had no idea that was a thing. That's so cool. Okay. Maybe I might have to add that to my birthday itinerary for next year. See, I be telling people Libra season is a vibe. It really is. Okay. This is looking good so far, I'd like to say. Today, we're going to add some watercolors. I feel like I enjoy starting off my base. So even in my traditional paintings, like not on clothing, I think I like to mix. Okay, so I primarily work with acrylic paints, gouache to like add layers on top, and then watercolor as well. So I think today we're gonna add some watercolors on top of the base, but let me just get, I wanna make traction. Like, I don't wanna see any negative space on this after today's live. Okay. Ooh, but this is looking cute. The other thing about painting jeans though that I'm noticing is it gets kind of warped. So I'm like trying to keep it flat. Okay, let's see. But also, I did want today to also be like an artist Q&A, because in real life I do get questions like when I'm doing art shows and stuff, like about, especially from people who want to be an artist, or people who want to, you know, start selling their artwork, who want to work with galleries. These are all things that I learned how to do kind of like on my own. I did have a friend in college who, even though like, you know, that was so long ago, like we're not really friends anymore, like I still wish her the best, but I think like she was the only person I knew who was like a full-time artist, and she's doing really well right now, like really, really well. Like she's done collaborations with like YSL, all of that, and so you know, I think that like something I wish I had access to when I first started was people who are kind of like still in the emerging artist space, but you know, doing stuff, who can share more about their experience. Because I say like being in the emerging artist space is pretty much where, yeah, like you're doing shows. You're not like an international name or anything yet, but you know, you're doing shows, you're selling your work and stuff, but you're still building that notoriety in your niche and stuff. And I think that like society and social media has this interesting habit of only caring when you're like on the cover of Vogue or something. But you know, I want to see the in between. Like, I want to know like, how did you get there? Like, before you were famous, you were still working as an artist. So like, I feel like it's cool to see parts of that. Okay, so Miranda says, have you, wait, hold on, definitely worth checking out, but expensive as hell. Yeah. I feel like even just the flights from Atlanta to New Mexico I don't even know what those are looking like, but I'm sure. Have you thought about doing a collab with her? Oh no. I cannot say our friendship ended on the best terms. I'll just leave it at that. But, you know, like, it's still one of those things where we were friends at a time where, like, we were friends, like, when we were, like, 19, 20, you know, I'm almost 30 now. Like, I feel like it's been so long. So maybe, you know, if we were to run into each other, that's something that the universe would have to orchestrate. But yeah, no, I think I need fresh energy. Yeah, because we did not really end on the best of terms, which is okay. You know, friendship breakups are definitely a thing, and they suck. But I think you can always learn from them, and like, yeah, just keep on moving forward. Okay, I am making some progress right now on the body of the woman. So I'm gonna show y'all very soon what it's looking like. I'm just kind of deciding, like, yeah, facts, girl, yeah, because it's just like one of those things where even now that I'm in the last year of my 20s, I'm just reflecting a lot on, you know, friends that have come and gone, different seasons, and honestly, I'm not even the same person I was. I mean, thank God, I'm not the same person I was 8 years ago, 9 years ago. So I think like nostalgia has a way of rewriting the past. It can be very easy to be like, oh, I miss this person, I miss this friend, I miss this ex, whatever. But you miss the feeling, and you can always have those feelings again, that feeling of happiness, that feeling of like, you know, camaraderie, community. Like, it's not just tied to one person. So I also think that me being an artist full time has definitely helped a lot in terms of me, like, I guess just processing certain things. Miranda says, true that. Yeah, but I do, there are other people that I do want to do collabs with. I really like want to collaborate with musicians. I think for me, like, especially because I make music as well. I mean, not as a career, but like, I love making music, and that's what I grew up doing. Like, I was singing Mozart's Requiem, y'all, in high school, like that kind of thing, going to choir competitions. I was in musical theater. When I was at Brown, I was in this a cappella group for 4 years, even sang at, you know, the 250th commencement at Brown University. Your girl had a solo. Actually, no, it was a duet. It was a duet with my friend who was also in the a cappella group. But yeah, like, I love singing, and so I do think that music influences a lot of what I create. Even now, like right now, the kind of music I'm listening to as I paint, it's a different vibe than like if I were to play classical music right now. I'd probably play that while I'm painting something else. So I do want to do more collaborations with music groups. Like, I really enjoyed, for the most part, that collaboration I did with the DJ Collective. I think that was like, what, 2 years ago? Yeah, my first art show. Or was that last year? It might have been last year. Um, okay, so Miranda says, girl, yes, that would be amazing. Saying music is everything. I enjoy singing as well. Yes, like you get it. Especially as multifaceted woman, you know, I love that, like, because, you know, you're an artist too. So I love that, like, we're able to explore our creativity through different mediums. Okay, so I don't know, there was just a pop-up. YouTube wanted me to add a Q&A sticker and then it went away. I don't even know how to do yeah, I don't know how to do this stuff. I'm just still learning. This is literally like, I want to say the second week, or no, the third week of me going live every weekday. So I'm still learning. Dream collab, Tyler the Creator. I'm just thinking now, like Tyler the Creator, K Trinata, Petite Biscuit. Who else? I feel like also if I could do like an interactive, like, immersive. Have y'all been to those immersive art shows? I don't even know like how I would explain them, but they do them a lot for Van Gogh paintings. I went to one in San Diego and it was so cool. Like the paintings were all just moving on the walls and stuff. I would love to do that, but for like a house music DJ set or something. I feel like it would be very trippy. Okay. So I'll show you guys what it's looking like so far. All this painting has just been this one section. I don't think people understand like how long it takes to paint. That's another thing. Like when people are shocked, so if you go on my website right now, you can buy my prints. Actually, let's pause. Like I sell my artwork. I sell high quality archival like prints and stuff, and so they're all framed. And I mean, you can order unframed as well, but they're all limited edition, like less than 200 in each, and they're like 4 different sizes. So I sell, these are just 2 examples. I sell these on my website, www.alaerelifestyle.com, but right now I'm only selling prints because I just felt like, one, I want to appeal to a younger collector base, and then also 2, I just feel like people get really intimidated when they see the prices of original artwork, like especially if they're younger collectors, which I get it, but I'm like, y'all, it takes so long. Painting is expensive, one. Actually, I don't even like to use the word expensive because the universe always provides, but like, like when people are like, what? Why is that painting? Or like if you go to a gallery and people are like, why is that painting $2K? And this is huge ass painting. Like there's a reason. There's a reason why it costs money. Like, yeah. So don't challenge the prices of artists, y'all. Like another taboo. Don't tell artists to lower their prices. Just go to Target or something if you want like mass-produced cheap art. Unpopular opinion, maybe. Okay. Oh, thanks. So Miranda says it's coming out fabulous. Thanks, girl. But she says some work will take me days. Yeah, like that's why I decided I need to be live painting every weekday for the time being until I finish at least 3 of the projects I'm working on. Because at first I was like, oh, let me do, you know, other stuff like the marketing, like, you know, the admin stuff for my art business. But then I'm like, well, I need to be focused on the product development again, which I was really focused on when I first launched my business in 2023. Yeah, I would paint every day. And I just like cranked out so much work over those first couple of years. And then lately I think I've just been more focused on just everything else, but I want to get to a place where I can outsource that stuff, like just hire an e-commerce specialist and they can take care of certain things. and I can focus on what I do best, which is the painting and the yapping about the painting. Yeah, I think like, let's see, how long have we been on here? It's been like 25 minutes. So I feel like my goal is to finish, like I really want to finish this by tomorrow. We'll be back. We'll be back in the studio tomorrow, y'all. So be sure to subscribe. I invite you to subscribe. Join the community. We talk about art, spirituality, fashion, women's empowerment. Yeah, and we have a book club, the Alaere book club, every Monday because I do believe that, well, I believe so many things, but I do think that a woman's knowledge can be some of her most like, it can be like one of the most lethal tools in her arsenal in a patriarchal society. Knowledge really is power, and it gives you the ability to strategize in a way where maybe if you just were not feeding your mind, you wouldn't know certain things. So like this month we're reading this book called Your First Million by Arlen Hamilton. She's a really inspirational business founder. She founded this venture capital firm called Backstage Capital, and she's raised like multi-millions of dollars to fund startups by underrepresented founders. And I just think like, especially as someone with a background in economics, like I really vibe with stuff like that. So she's just sharing how she made her first millions. And I think that's cool information to share with my community, because I don't believe in this idea of struggling artists, like artists are meant to struggle. Like, no. Gone are the days. Okay, so this is looking good, looking good. Okay, I think I'm going to put this over here. Okay. Always awesome to learn new things, Miranda says. That's how I feel. Like, if you're not learning, if you're not growing, are you really alive? Like, every living thing is supposed to grow and expand. I take my cues from Mother Nature personally. And I just feel like when we look at Mother Nature, especially trees, like even like this painting of mine behind me, it's really informed by that ideology. Like, we're supposed to always be growing and always evolving. And I think especially as women, like we can really see a lot of that symbolism of growth and expansion in Mother Nature and learn from it. And also just learn how to appreciate our different seasons. Ooh, I really like how this is turning out. I didn't really have a set plan, but I think it's gonna be really cute. Okay. I think it's gonna be really cute. So as I paint these jeans, I'll explain to y'all why like I'm even doing all this on YouTube. So I'm launching commissions for wearable art pieces. So I already have original designs in my fashion line, but right now as I like work with the expansion, or I work to like, expand certain elements of my fashion line, essentially getting my artwork printed on high quality fabrics and getting those sewn into more of a ready to wear collection. In the meantime, I do want to take commissions to help fund that. So commissions specifically for wearable art on really cool denim and leather pieces. So this month we'll be painting leather jackets. I showed y'all a couple that I'm going to be painting, and then I'll also be painting some leather bags that I have. I think like I'm looking, okay, yeah, I have these like 2 Kate Spade bags that I haven't worn in so long, and I'm like, you know what, let me paint them and let them be like examples of what the wearable art pieces will look like. Someone did say that they would want to buy these. I can't remember who said that. But I don't know, like, let me know, y'all, because, like, I feel that the pre-loved market is definitely a thing, but I would rather just, like, go out and source cool vintage stuff and paint it as opposed to, like, sell y'all stuff that I've worn and have just painted. So let me know. But yeah, I think that's the idea of what I'm thinking I'll do. Like, either source new, like, I'll during the commissions I'll give people an option, like, if they want me to source like something vintage, you know, sustainable, yay. Or if they want to like just have me buy something new and paint it for them, and it will all be included in the cost. Oops. So yeah, I'm still figuring out the logistics of it all. But yeah. Oh, this is so relaxing. But for those of y'all who are joining in, feel free to let me know, like, where you're from, if you feel comfortable, where are you tuning in from. I'm currently based in Atlanta, Georgia. So, y'all, the craziest thing actually did happen to me yesterday. Well, on live. I think he was a troll, but he was like, "Are you sleeping with my man?" I said, "Excuse me, who are you talking to?" And I was like, "Wait, what is going on?" Like, I was like, "I rebuke you. Are you a troll?" And he was like, "Are you in Atlanta in the West End?" I said, "I think you got somebody else. I will call the police." Like, no. But then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just kidding." I don't know. There are some crazy people on the internet, y'all. Like, just crazies. In this here Atlanta, especially. I know everybody probably thinks that about their own city, but, like, wow. But yeah, I would love to do another art show this year. Maybe it doesn't have to be in Atlanta. I don't know. I do want to also go to Art Basel in Miami in December. I think that would also be very fun. So yeah. I think I just like messed something up. Okay. So right now I'm just kind of going over the place that I already painted because I want it to be opaque. And this is why painting takes so long. Even when I'm like not trying to stay engaged with the live stream, I just feel like I'm kind of a perfectionist. Or let me not even say that. I'm very meticulous. I like things to look a certain way. Like, I prefer clean curves and clean lines when I paint. And it's also really soothing to paint them. But I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning it can be a little bit tedious. Okay, so I'll show you guys in just a second the update of what it's looking like. But if you're enjoying this, make sure you like the live, give it a heart. What are the options? Is it a heart, or like it shows up as a heart when y'all do like it? Or is it a thumbs up? I don't know, let me know. Okay, so this is the update of what we're doing. So I like this vibrant brown that I've created. So I'm thinking I might bring a little bit more brown down here as well. Maybe, or maybe not, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, let me look at this. I guess like, oh, what is that? I don't know. Okay, so now I'm like thinking like, do I want this to essentially be like her body covered by flowers? So keep it just different shades of brown, or if I want it to be like a dress. Okay, because I'll show you guys. I have an art piece. Hold on. I have an art piece. This is actually the cover of my first book. So I'll show you guys like what I'm thinking of. So here, the selfie light is reflecting. So here, like she obviously has the dress and stuff, but like it kind of looks like, I don't know, different colors integrated into her body to show her connected to the water. So I don't know if I'm trying to like somewhat emulate that. I don't know, but also if you like this artwork, it is available for purchase. This one is called Force of Nature, and it's on my website, www.alaerelifestyle.com. Okay, so check it out. I put it in the description actually of the live. Okay, but also, yeah, let's lower the chair a little bit. Okay, let's see. CM Mike. Hey, welcome back. You have a whole vibe going. Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so you're new to the chat, so I'll show you what it's looking like right now. And right now I'm just kind of deciding how I want to go about it in this bottom area. I mean, I still have like all this brown paint left, so I'm just trying to decide how I want to use it. But honestly, I might just like mix it. Hold on. I might just mix it with something and just turn it into a different shade. Do I want to make it like pinker? Literally real-time decision making as an artist. Actually, let me lift this back up a little bit. Okay. I'll just add a little bit of orange to it. Oh wow, this is almost done. Okay. I do kind of get excited low-key when I finish some of my paint because I'm like, yes, that means you've been working. Good job, girl. Okay. So I mixed it with a little bit of orange. I'm going to just add a little bit of the medium. I have this glazing medium, which apparently is supposed to make it go on smoother. I haven't used it yet. Let's see. Oh, no. Actually, I'm going to keep this for later because I think it might thin it out a little bit. Okay, I know what I'll use that for. I'll mix that probably with the watercolors when I like go back and add more dimension and stuff. Like some, you'll see. I could show you better than I could tell you. But if you're like just getting into painting, y'all, Liquitex has the best products that I've used so far. I like Liquitex, but I think the company that makes Liquitex paint and like the mediums that I use, they also, I want to say they also own Winsor and Newton. So those are just like two of my favorite brands. I feel like Artist Loft is like, you know, if you need like just something quick, folk art, if you need something quick, I guess it can work. But if you want something like really vibrant and like high quality, like for example, I think I used only Liquitex paint for this painting, and it was chef's kiss. It really was. Like the painting experience felt really good. Okay, so I'm going to make this even just a little bit lighter. I feel like I'm in my own little concert. Also, don't laugh at me. This is literally a to-go plate cover. I repurpose so many different things in my studio. Like even, let me show y'all. Bertolli turned to a water jar. We love a sustainable queen. This is not like repurposed, but I got this as a wedding favor. Like, yeah, and so it has like, you know, obviously the couple, but you know, like when you get those wedding favors and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? Yeah. I was like, well, I'll find a use in my studio. Okay. So I'm gonna use this. I still don't like this shade just yet. I think I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of yellow. Just a little bit. Oh wow. Let's see how I like that. Okay. That warmed it up just a little bit, like just enough. I think I'll just use the primary yellow. Okay. Yeah, okay, so CM Mike says you love the subtitles of the work. It makes a difference. I feel the same about the piano. Like, yeah, that's how I feel, you know. It's only people who I think create artwork, whether it's lyrical and like musical artwork, literary, like I feel like people who create artwork from scratch get it. It's about like everything matters. How long have you been playing the piano? I really want to learn how to play. What would you recommend is the best way for someone who grew up singing? Like, I haven't read music in years, but I feel like if I were to start again, I would be able to pick it up more easily. And like, I would always use the piano, you know, for pitch checks and stuff like that, but I've never owned a piano of my own and I really want to buy one. So what would you recommend as resources? Ooh, this is such a pretty color. Okay, wait, let me show you guys. I got so excited for a second. That's actually really pretty. Yes. I love like when I love when I mix the color and it looks exactly how I was envisioning it. These are my real-time reactions, y'all. But also I feel like going live has made painting feel less lonely. Because I do love it, but painting is a very solitary practice at times. Like, I'm a social person, so, and I'm a little bit of a yap, like I like to talk. So when I would paint for hours in my studio, I'm talking like, I would come into my studio, this is my home studio. I would come in, like, you know, in the very beginning, I'd come in at around like, let's say 10, 11, and I maybe would take a break to eat once or twice, and I'd be in my studio till like 5 a.m. literally. And I just realized like, oh wow, you know, I need to have balance, but I got kind of like obsessed, you know, which I don't think it's bad to be obsessed with what you're creating. I mean, that's sometimes like the only way you'll be able to finish it, but I am learning to find a balance like with my social life. I mean, I sold a painting on my birthday this weekend. Literally, some guy was hitting on me, talking about, oh, I want to spoil you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, dude, if you want to spend money on me, just buy my artwork. Like, just support my business. And it's a win-win. You get beautiful artwork in your home, and I get money to, you know, invest in my company and keep making artwork. And so he bought a piece, and I was like, huh, maybe I should be going out more, like, you know, to those types of settings, because I don't know, as you get older, sometimes, like, it's like, it can feel like a chore, because I was a party girl, y'all, like, and I'm like, man, is this even worth it anymore? But I do think it's fun meeting people still, but in certain settings, definitely in certain settings. And I'm like, if it can help me sell more artwork, why not? Why not? Okay, I'm gonna probably have to switch paintbrushes very soon. Oh, but this is so cute so far. I'm gonna show y'all very soon. But you guys can kind of see it, right? Okay. So Miranda Bell says, I can't wait to start doing lives. Oh, me too. I can't wait till you start too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this has been fun and it has been good, I think, for like my mental and emotional well-being, surprisingly enough. I used to be so scared because, you know, there are crazies on the internet, but I think it's been nice to like in real time build a community. And Miranda, like, I think that it can probably help you grow your channel faster because people get to interact with you in real time. And I noticed that I get so much more engagement now versus like when I would sit and film a video, edit it, and it takes forever to edit. And then maybe it might not even reach the people you want it to. Okay, so CM Mike says that's funny. Wait, the story about the guy hitting on me and buying my art, yeah, like very hilarious. But I was like, wait, I might be onto something because I was starting to do the calculations. If every guy that hits on me and said, I want to spoil you, blah, 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 bought my artwork, I could really make some sales. Like, I'm really in sales mode right now. Like, I'm focused on the sales. Okay. CM Mike says, easy question to answer. Hymnals and easy note reading sheet music. Also learn one song by ear. Ooh, that is not easy. Like, learning a song by ear, oh my God. Okay. I mean, what song can I learn by ear? I'm gonna have to listen to some gospel because I feel like gospel music, a lot of gospel musicians, like, because I grew up in the church, you know, singing in the choir and stuff, they do learn by ear. Okay, you're right. What would you say is like your best recommendation for a beginner keyboard, or does it matter? Mr. CM Mike, like, would you say just buy a random keyboard on Amazon, or are there like specific ones? Because I've seen those ones where they put the notes like on stickers so it's easier for you to learn and stuff. Because like there have been times where I've played around with pianos and I'm just making up chords and stuff and it sounds good, but I'm like, man, I want to remember this, but I don't think I'm going to. So yes, any recommendations are welcome for like affordable for affordable brands though. Like, I'm not really trying to spend hella money on a piano just yet. Not oh, okay, no, not random keyboard. Okay, got it. Capital N-O. With like, what is that, 4 exclamation marks? Yeah, what would you recommend? Like, it's my first day out here, fam. Let me know. And I'll like save up towards it. Okay, so this painting is coming along. Let's see, we've been on for less than an hour. Okay, making progress. Love to see it. And thanks y'all for engaging in the chat. Sometimes I'm like, damn, like, should I like be chatting, or do people just want to vibe and like listen to music and watch me paint? I don't know. I'm gonna turn up the music a little bit more so we can all vibe a little bit. I'm gonna show y'all what it's looking like now that I'm almost done with this new section. I'm just trying to like keep the lines as clean as possible, and that's a little challenging on denim, I'm not gonna lie. I think because of the texture, but you know, I'm trying my best. Okay. Oh, this is kind of giving me like Phoenix vibes. Y'all, I feel so called to Phoenix. Okay, so last time, random, I got really excited just thinking about this. Last time on live, I think not yesterday, but like last Friday when we were in my studio, I was talking about astrocartography and how basically it's like your natal chart, but like geographically. I'm totally butchering this explanation. But that's why I had moved to, like, that's why I went to San Diego for a little bit, because I had these specific lines going through there. But I have, like, I want to say like my sun line and my Jupiter line goes through Phoenix, and those are really auspicious placements. And I want to go, like, all of my art, I just feel like my art gives Phoenix, right? Okay, so see, I'm like, let me come closer. Good price range is 200. Yeah, 200, that makes sense. 200 to 400 for a quality beginner keyboard. The $1,000 keyboards are for music production. Yeah, I want to work my way up, but I feel like maybe I could do that. What about, I wonder if I could find one second hand. Like, there's a few music stores or instrument stores close to my house, so maybe I might go in and see if they have like second-hand options as well. I wonder if that can, knock a little something off the price. But yeah, Miranda, you remember the astrocartography. I'm curious, you should see like your line placements. It's very enlightening. Like, I definitely think, for me, I'm a big energy intuitive type of person, and so like when I go into certain spaces, like I can always just feel the energy of a space. I don't know how to explain it, but I do think that we resonate differently with different geographic locations. Is it geographical or geographic? One of those. I feel like, where we live and stuff can definitely affect us all differently. Like, there's reasons why one person, and I do think it's spiritual, like I do think there's reasons why one person might thrive in New York and then another person might feel like, am I under attack in this city? So I don't know, I feel like it's something interesting to think about. But yeah, like those lines that I have going through Phoenix, and then even like now as I'm painting this, it's making me think of this photo I've seen of Phoenix, and I'm like, so if anyone lives in Phoenix and you know someone who owns an art gallery, let me know. Like, I hope that I will get to a point where I start selling art. Actually, no, I know I will get to a point where I start selling art on live, because traditional brick and mortar galleries, I don't know. I feel like, one, they take 50% of your commission, and you have to like work so hard to get into them, and it can take away from some of the attention that you could just spend developing your practice. So it's like, I'm glad, for example, that e-commerce art collecting is definitely growing, especially for Gen Z new art collectors, my Gen Z peeps, and like younger millennial collectors. I was reading an article that said that they don't go to art auction houses or traditional galleries. They like usually prefer buying directly from an artist. So I'm like, maybe like a cool pop-up or something would be dope in Phoenix. I just don't really know how to go about it. Like I'm trying to figure that out. But I do want to take Alaere lifestyle on a tour. I saw an artist, a visual artist, do that. He like did a tour. He has a manager and stuff, so it's like, I think I would have to hire like someone to try to build those partnerships for me. But I am expanding my team, because I can't do the PR, the content marketing, the website, SEO optimization. Like, I can't do it all by myself anymore. I'm at that point where I'm like, okay, we can outsource. Miranda says, I'm very curious. I do want to know my astrology. Yeah, so your natal chart, for your natal chart, you just have to know the time you were born, and then also like where you were born exactly. And then when you do your astrocartography chart, it just like shows you different line placements across geographic regions. that are aligned with your specific astrological makeup. I find all of this to be quite riveting, I'm not gonna lie. Because I do think like understanding my natal chart, I view it as like a Myers-Briggs personality test. I don't know if y'all know what those are, but like basically there's different personas based off of your Myers-Briggs, and it can really help you understand like how best you work and things like that. Your strengths, maybe some of the weaknesses that you may, not everything is guaranteed, you may encounter. And I remember in school, like we would take these tests, and I think when I was also in corporate, we would take these like personality assessments based off of colors. I don't remember what it was called, but like I remember I was yellow primarily. That tracks. From what I can remember, like yellow is very enthusiastic, like cooperative, and then I had a little bit of red. I'm not gonna lie, and red is like more like assertive and stuff like that in terms of like your leadership style. So, but I've definitely changed since 21. So, like, I'm not saying I'm not as assertive, but like I don't feel like I have to what's the word? Have my guard up as much as I did in corporate. Like as an artist, I get to be bubbly and fun, and it actually helps my business. But I think those type of traits as a woman can kind of get you in trouble in corporate, if you know what I mean. Because people assume you're being flirtatious, and I'm like, dude, I'm just happy. I'm a happy person. Let's see. Miranda Bell says that would be really cool. Yeah, like going to Phoenix and doing a pop-up or like a tour type of thing. I think that would be so cool. So I'm like, God, from my mouth to your ears. Like I feel like I'm at a place right now where I just maintain the intention and align my actions, and I allow God, I allow the universe to present the opportunities, because when I chase stuff, I don't know, it doesn't happen. But I think when I like set the intention, like I want this, and I just do what's in my power to get there, a lot of really good things just tend to happen. I like tend to get invited to do things. Okay, Sam Mike says colors and animals' personality. I remember this. Yeah. Are you a full-time musician, Sam Mike? If so, that's like super cool. I was talking about how earlier I wanted to do like more collaborations with musicians and stuff. Like maybe like a live painting and like music show where the painting is informed by the set of the musician. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, I haven't taken one of those like colors assessments in a while actually. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys what it's looking like thus far. Okay. So slowly but surely, we are making our way. Oh my gosh, I keep on knocking over stuff. I'm just trying to decide now what, I don't know. Like, I'm still deciding how I want this bottom part to be, but we'll see. I feel like eventually I'm gonna need some like paint tape, which, okay, I see it, because I need these lines to be sharp. Also, so random, because I just peeped one of my tats. I would love to design my own tattoo. Like, I feel like everything I have right now is just like stuff I saw and then like worked on it a little bit with an artist. Ooh, wait, I just did something that I don't know if I like it. Hold on. Wait, pause. Do I want to do this? But also, okay, let's see. Senior Mike says almost there. I know, like, painting takes forever. It's one of those things, I can't even rush it, even if I tried, like. But this is progress. It really is. But I feel like painting is one of those things you can tell when it's rushed. And if people want rushed instant art, they can get that AI ugly looking stuff. But not over here. I do eventually want to get into sculpture because I feel like my painting style sometimes reminds me of like these carvings from Nigeria, and it's kind of like I'm carving out, how do I explain it? Like, okay, maybe this painting is more emblematic of it, but like I remember when I was making it, I like kind of started off with the base, and then it kind of felt like I was carving stuff out, like I was carving the image out. I hope that makes sense, but it definitely feels like that. And so I've been feeling like, maybe that's a medium I would like to, actually not maybe, it's definitely a medium I would like to explore probably in 2026, because I already got too much going on for the rest of this year that I want to finish making. All right, it's coming along, it's coming along. I told y'all, I got really locked in. CM Mike says corporate money helps. It really does. So I left corporate in 2022 because I just had so much going on with my book and stuff, and like I was experiencing some unsavory experiences at that company, which honestly, by the time I left, like I was just talking to my sister about this, like just me stepping out of this place of woulda, coulda, shoulda type of stuff. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, like, you know, work on stuff like at night after your corporate job. But if you're working, especially in like a startup environment, there is no side hustle. Like I wish there's some industries, like if you're working in like fintech, that type of stuff, I'm sorry, like it's just very hard to maintain a side hustle. And so like when I started getting more talks and lectures and stuff for my book, wait, I'll show y'all. This is my book. It just started like conflicting, you know? And so it's on Amazon and, you know, Walmart, Waterstones, Booktopia, different indie like bookstores and stuff like that. But I felt like, okay, if I'm going to make a large collection of artwork, I need to do this full time. And I worked with a coach for like a year, and she helped me kind of like map out a business plan, like a very, very early business plan. And luckily I had like that, you know, ex-friend of mine, like I remembered kind of seeing, you know, what she had to do and like what she had, like her journey early on as an artist before she started, you know, doing international gallery shows and stuff like that. Like, so I kind of mixed both of the knowledge that I had, and I was like, okay, I have to do this and just do it. But lately I've been like, okay, I wonder if there's a way, maybe if I were like a art director or a creative director or something, I think that would totally help. But the job market right now is very interesting. And I'm like, dude, I have like a stacked resume, 2 Ivy League degrees, and it feels hard for me. I can only imagine like, okay, I'm gonna like plug in my phone real quick. Hold on, y'all. I don't want it to die on us. Okay. Alrighty. Yay! I'm prepared today. Last time I had to leave and go get my charger and stuff. everything happens for a reason. Like, if I'm meant to work in corporate again, it will happen. Like, I've been applying to jobs and nothing. Like, nothing. And I'm like, damn, this sucks. Like, I can't imagine being fresh out of college. Like, at least for me, I'm like, okay, you know what? I have years of corporate experience. I have a master's. I have a business. Like, this is just a want. Like, I'm like, I want a corporate job so I can self fund certain things for my business. But like, I cannot imagine being, you know, you went to school, you did what you were told to do, like what was painted as the exact thing that you're supposed to do, the trajectory of life you're supposed to take, and then boom, you come out and there's no jobs. I think people need to really empathize a bit more with what Gen Z, like young people are going through right now. It is not a fun time to be in your 20s. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's like we're trying to make it fun. Like, I saw this, I think it was on CBS or something. They were doing this report. Apparently, young people are partying less. And I'm like, what? Like, why would we all go out? Like, first of all, the covers are getting ridiculous. I mean, the last place I went to, like, the place I went to for my birthday, there was no cover, I want to say. And my friend was doing a set, so it was fine. But like, we went to this other place. We only stayed for an hour. It was not that fun, and I think they were selling the tickets for like $25 a person. And I remember back in the day, my party girl days in New York, like when I was living in Manhattan, I'd be at One Oak. What's the other place we used to go to? Like Lavo and Up and Down. I'm not, like, I was never paying. Like, I was never paying for this. There were party promoters. Like, there was a system. And so I'm like, of course young people are not going out anymore. Life is fucking pricey, bro. Like, and also, if people are stressed about not being able to find jobs, like, and we're already being called irresponsible based off of things that we have not a lot of control over, what, like, why would we be going out to party, you know? So I'm trying to like get back into that because I do genuinely like dancing, and like I do need to like get back into going out more. But yeah, life, I don't know, like the 20s are kind of tough right now. Okay, Masmola says, praise the Lord, hallelujah, hallelujah, welcome. Okay, so right now we're just working on this painting, these jeans that I'm painting. Miranda was like, life be lifing, girl. Yeah. Are you in your 20s? Because, whew, it's like, I don't know, sometimes I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, I'm not doing anything particularly crazy. Like, I don't think it's crazy to, you know, be an artist and a fashion designer. Like, I don't think it's a crazy thing to do. But, you know, I do get like the economy is where it is and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm happy that, you know, I have certain privileges, but it is definitely interesting. Definitely an interesting time to be a young, like, professional right now. Okay. Ooh, I might have to change this water soon. Y'all will bear with me if I get up and change it because it's getting a little muddy. Okay. Okay, it's always 2 or more ways to do everything better. And if you have a plan and a wave of creativity, then it will manifest. Amen. Thanks for that, CM Mike. Like, I totally agree. And that's why I'm always like, you know what? If there's something I don't know how to do, let me learn it. If there's a different way that I can approach something, let me do that. And so, you know, I have been leveraging my network in a different way now. Because I think, like, for me, I'm that type of person where if I keep doing something and I'm facing like what feels like rejection, then okay, like maybe I'm not meant to do. Sorry, I thought I plugged in my phone and now it's saying low power mode. Okay, no, it's plugged in. Okay. But what I was saying is like, if I feel like, you know, I'm meeting resistance, like, and I'm always being pushed. So for example, I'll use this summer as an example. I was like really stressed, like, oh my gosh, like I'm applying to jobs and I'm getting rejected, and y'all, like, not even to my own horn, but like I have a really stacked resume. Like I have 2 degrees from Brown, economics and public affairs. I've worked at the World Bank. I've worked at a fintech company. I've worked at really prominent agencies in New York, and I would apply to stuff, boom, rejected, rejected, and I was just like, this is getting weird. Like I don't get it. But then in that same, like I remember I had gotten rejected, I think, for an application, and literally, oh, also I had to sue a gallery, which I talked about in another video, but they damaged one of my most popular paintings and didn't want to compensate me for it. So it turned into this whole legal battle. I like had lawyer friends who helped me pro bono. Get you some lawyer friends for sure, because the way people are acting in this country right now, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But literally I was so stressed about stuff and like just feeling really drained from that whole legal ordeal, which I did get a court order settlement, period. But I like literally right after that court thing ended, I got invited by TikTok to do an art show. I was one of 6 artists selected to do this art show with them for Juneteenth, which I do need to post that vlog. But vlogging is just so counterintuitive to me, but like I'll like get the content and then it's like, oh man, I have to edit this. But it just showed me like, okay, everything I'm chasing, everything that I feel like I should be doing, maybe if I zoom out, there's like a greater plan that God has for me right now, and maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing, because I do know if I did have a 9 to 5 right now, I wouldn't be doing this. Like I would not have time. Like I would be doing that and then probably be doing this at night, and trying to squeeze things in. And so I don't know, like I'm not gonna complain, but it is very interesting. So buy my art. That's all I gotta say, like buy my art. www.alaerelifestyle.com. Okay, Miranda Bell says, I'm 31, girl, but my life has always been hard. I pray it gets better. I really do, because life, man. But you know, we are blessed to be alive, and I think that as long as we're alive, there's always room for miracles. There's always room for things to change for the better. So, you know, I do pray that your life doesn't feel hard anymore, Miranda, because I understand. I really do. Okay. But I do think that the cool thing about us being artists is that we get to alchemize that energy. I think my favorite example of someone who did that is Frida Kahlo. Like, Frida's life was riddled with pain, everything from her accident when she was young. She couldn't walk, like so much. Then Pablo, who was it? Diego, not Pablo. Pablo Picasso was another womanizer, but Diego Rivera, her husband, was always cheating on her, and he cheated on her with her sister. So it's like the emotional pain, the physical pain, and she still made so much beautiful artwork that we still talk about till this day. And so I do think that, like, for me, there's definitely certain things I'm frustrated with that I'm like, man, I wish this were different, but I pour all of that into my artwork. And then I do like try to integrate these deeper spiritual messages of resilience. Like, quick plug, like for example, something like this is like a visual representation of me still turning my heart to the sun, like turning my soul to the heavens, and just being able to like be receptive to that divine inspiration and that joy that sorry, hit the tripod, but yeah, that joy, that peace that surpasses understanding. We definitely, like, I always remind myself, especially as a woman of faith, like I can't be bogged down by what's going on in the 3D. Like, this is the world. I'm here, but like, I'm a child of God. So, you know, I do believe that there's always a greater plan. I really do. Okay. So, oh, okay. Thanks for that idea, CM Mike. So you should create visual videos of your art, with music playing in the background and you vocalizing the idea behind the piece. Okay, I'll do that because I like filmed. Well, I need to edit them and post them, but I filmed these art reveal things, and also like sometimes I kind of talked about this in the video before. Like when you're doing everything by yourself and like, you know, trying to figure out who can I hire to do certain things, like it helps, you know, when I have other people who are like, okay, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Because sometimes I get burnt out trying to like think about how to do everything on my own. Okay, so we're gonna see where I want to put this real quick. Miranda Bell says, thank you. I'm praying. Yeah, that's all you can do, but also keep the faith. Keep the faith. Like, I'm rooting for you. Nathaniel Harper says, that's beautiful. Did you paint that? This one or this one that I just showed? Yes, I did. If you want to check out my artwork, my website, my company where you can buy everything is called Alaere Lifestyle. And yeah, if you go to the website, which is essentially my YouTube name.com. Okay, so now I'm trying to decide where to put this last bit of brown. Now I'm like, I need to like stand up and look at this. It's kind of tough, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not exact. Well, you know what? It's almost done anyway, so let me just like mix something new. I think. Oh, thank you, Nathaniel. If you want to buy, if you want to be a collector, definitely check out my website. I have so much more art on there. Right now, actually, yeah, let me show you guys what it's looking like now. I'm painting some jeans because I'll be taking some commissions of wearable art, so it's in progress, but I'm just painting these jeans that I have from Abercrombie. And so it's like a woman, and there's some flowers, typical of me. Woman, flowers, nature. I feel like the main themes in all of my artwork are our divine connection to God, the cosmos, what else? Mother Nature, and just this essence of like resilience. And then I also do like to create imagery that celebrates African women and Indigenous women as an African woman myself. Okay, let's see. Victoria, the intuitive abstract artist, says, do you use fabric paint? So I'm using acrylic and this Liquitex fabric medium. Because I have so much paint that I use for my regular paintings, it just didn't make sense for me to spend mad money getting like fabric paint. But I like this fabric medium. And then you can kind of like set it with heat, and it has really good reviews too. Miranda Bell says, I love it. Thank you. Oh, thanks for the emojis, Victoria, the intuitive abstract artist. I love that I'm having some artsy people in the chat. Love that for us. Where are you tuning in from, Victoria? CM Mike says, that's a good idea. Wait, what was? I feel like I've been chatting so much. What did I say? What did I say? What was a good idea? I feel like Dorothy from Finding Nemo right now, like, what was I saying? Okay, but I do want to get started on her face. I'm just like trying to see. Okay, Victoria, would we dry clean your clothing or spot clean? So I've seen one, well, okay. I saw so many different people saying different things. I've definitely seen like spot clean, and dry clean, but I want to see if you could machine wash. Low key. I want to see. Good idea to mix the fabric medium. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I have like so much paint, and you as an artist, you know, paint is not cheap. So, and I also like that I have like a wider range of stuff, and I felt like because like I mostly use Liquitex anyways, it would go well with it. So after I finish it, I'll probably mix the fabric medium with this glazing medium and kind of go over it one more time. But let's see. How would I type this? If you use, okay, if you use fabric medium. Gosh, what a long question. Okay. Oh, okay, so it says that after everything is fully cured, Liquitex, okay, let's go to Liquitex, their website. So they said that, let's see, after it dries for like up to 4 days, you should be able to, okay, wait, hold on, this is a lot of stuff. Back to the AI, what's it called, like summary. Okay, so wait at least 4 days before washing. So they're saying like gentle machine washing or hand washing. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like probably spot clean and hand wash. I don't really like wash my jeans too often. Like I wash them like often enough, but I think like with good quality denim, I don't know, I just feel like it's more sustainable to like wash them less, if that makes sense. But yeah, so hand wash in cold water with a mild detergent, and then if you use a machine, gentle with cold water and a mild detergent. So don't use hot water for sure. But yeah, I would probably recommend, what's it called? Yeah, cold water, gentle detergent, and I would say definitely air dry, but I kind of do that stuff anyways with my clothing. So yeah, but when I start selling the commissions officially, I'll put care instructions and everything. Oh, thank you. Very beautiful. CM Mike says commission for clothing art. Oh yeah. So that's like what I'm doing, like, but I'm painting a few different things, like this. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit while I like think, but I want to paint some leather stuff that I have, and just like maybe, you know, spruce it up a little bit, like add some flair, like I don't know, tassels, rhinestones. Like I just want to make wearable art, quite literally. Like, you know, when fashion houses used to actually take it seriously, I think I'm gonna go to actually this Victor and Rolf. They have this new exhibit that they're doing at the High Museum of Atlanta. I live in Atlanta, and so I'm gonna go because I feel like Victor and Rolf, they definitely took it there with wearable art. And I think like Chanel used to, I don't know, I had to like watch their recent shows that they did for Fashion Week, but I was not impressed by Prada, I can say that much. I was like, damn, this is kind of disappointing. But yeah, I'm gonna paint this jacket. And then I have like this other jacket that I'm gonna paint. Probably swap out the buttons. I just want to make it look cooler. Like, I don't want to look like everybody else. I feel like this idea that people need to conform through fashion, I don't believe in that. Like, I think another major theme in my book, in my artwork, everything is decolonization of mind, body, and spirit. And I think that, like, especially, you know, as an African woman, I do think historically, like, there's just been so much from colonialism to imperialism, all of this stuff that tells us how we should be and how we should express ourselves. So I think for me, art on clothing is definitely resistance to the neo-colonialism that we're seeing. Just my thoughts real quick. Miranda Bell says, can't wait to see how the jacket comes out. Thanks. Yeah, me too. Like, that's why I decided I'm gonna just start live painting every day until I finish certain things, and then it'll make more sense to do the lookbooks and stuff again. Like I have, certain things that I've created in my fashion line already, but I want to have a greater Rolodex of the wearable art, and then we can resume that. And what is the other stuff I was doing? The lookbook, and then the art inspired makeup looks. Like, those are great and all, that's fun content to make, but my goal is to sell. Like, at the end of the day, this is a business, and so it's like I have to kind of be smart about the content I'm making. And I do think that in the world of AI, it's good to, oh wait, let me put my phone back up. It's good to like showcase my actual creation process. Like, this is human made, not a false AI advertisement. Okay, so we're going to get started on the face. I'm gonna make it just a little bit lighter because I am going to add some other stuff, but I don't want to like put too much paint. But yeah, ooh, wow, that was a lot. Okay, let's hope that this still looks okay. I want it to be like a slightly lighter brown, but not ashy. You know what I'm saying? AI is wild. The things you can do. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, have y'all been seeing the stuff with Sora 2 from OpenAI? And like, I have, my own personal qualms with AI, but I'm not gonna act like I don't use ChatGPT to like, not to do. Okay, so I'm an author and I'm an author. I'm a professional writer, and so it's like AI cannot write. The AI is not a good writer, so I can always tell, like especially on LinkedIn, when people use AI to write their captions and stuff. AI uses a lot of literary devices like parallelism. Yeah, like it's always like, this is XYZ, not da 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 da. Like, I don't know, you can always tell when AI is being used. Victoria says, have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much, Victoria. You too. I hope you subscribe. I'll be back live tomorrow. Thank you for joining in. But yeah, AI is definitely wild. And I don't get why a lot of the emphasis on AI is trying to replace the creative arts. Like, that's what humans are for. We're supposed to make the stuff. If someone is using AI to write, like, it takes away the point of creativity, which is to express the human experience, and which is to, be somewhat of a cultural archive. I don't think that AI captures that. Oh, thanks, Miranda. Hope you have a beautiful day, girl. Have to get my kids from school. Be safe. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so happy to have you here. I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, but yeah, AI trying to replace artists will always be the wildest thing to me. I'm like, why can't AI replace like the engineers? Like, I don't know, like, why can't AI do the stuff that can be automated? So I do think that, like I said, me showing that I am a human artist, I think, and I don't know, I do think that human creativity is going to become rare in a way in the coming years, because people will get so lazy and make this the internet calls it AI slop, but I don't like the word slop. That's an ugly word. But yeah, like, I just feel that, yeah, very soon being a human artist is going to be mad capital, and I love that for us. Because when people are like, oh, as an artist, shouldn't you be scared that AI will replace you? And I'm like, AI could never replace me. I'm an African woman. I'm Ishikiri Enijaw. Like, an algorithm created by white guys from Palo Alto is not going to ever be able to tell the visual stories that I can tell based off of my lived experiences and my ancestral coding. Like, I don't know. Like, AI does not scare me. It doesn't. But I do think that people, if you are like a solopreneur or whatever, there are things that you can outsource, like in terms of like pricing strategy or like comparing your, like creating digital strategies or coming up with a business plan template. Like, there's just certain things that I do think AI has been helpful for, like that I do think can be time consuming. So yeah, use AI for that. But AI for creativity, things that actually require thought and lived experience, that's a little wild to me personally. Okay, y'all. So I'm doing this face, but it's looking a little bit lighter than I thought it would. So I might kind of like, hold on, do I have brown in here? I was thinking if I mix in watercolor, maybe it might help. Okay. Um, okay, so CM Mike says, I started to compose music a few years ago. I want to improvise. Is coming from my experience, heart, mind, and soul. It's so hard to replicate originality. Yeah, like that comes from your lived experience, and that's unique to you. These algorithms and these AI programs can only source from what they see on the internet. So it's like it's never going to be original, and I do think that we're going to start seeing more infringements on intellectual property. It's just, I don't know. I think it's going to be a very interesting time moving forward, but also AI is not profitable. I think it might have been like an MIT study or something that allegedly confirmed Wall Street's fears. And I say allegedly because, you know, Wall Street, investors, the stock market, they're always fluctuating what they think is going to be the next big thing, you know? But yeah, AI is not even profitable. So I'm like, this is going to be very interesting. But the humanities, the arts, the creative arts, we have to protect it. And I think the best resistance as artists is to keep creating original work, keep sharing our original work, and just being relentless about that. It's very punk, actually, if you ask me, to be an artist right now in this age of AI. But also, like, the founder of OpenAI, what's his name? Sam Alterman, whatever his name is. I'm not really getting the why. Like, who is he trying to help personally? You know? I don't know. I just feel like old paradigms are crumbling, and people who try to become rich at the expense of society, I don't know. I just feel like it's not gonna be, what's it called? I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be a huge shift in society. Like, I do feel like we're approaching a new world where people, especially artists who care about artists, activists, creators, politicians, anyone who genuinely cares about raising the vibration of the world, I think that those are the people who are going to move up in influence. Maybe that's idealistic, but like, people are fed up. Have y'all been seeing what's happening in Madagascar? People are fed up, okay? Gen Z is fed up. Older people who spent years, like, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm about to go on like a Bernie Sanders rant right now. But like, no, literally, like, people are fed up though. Okay. Actually, I kind of like this. Okay, I'm about to show y'all soon what it's looking like, but I don't want the paint to dry out, so I'm going to put this down here real quick, and then I'll show you guys. But it's coming along. We are coming along. We are making progress. And I said I need to finish this by tomorrow, for sure. But if you're watching and you're enjoying this conversation and everything, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to check out my original artwork, my website is www.alaerelifestyle.com. So that's my YouTubeusername.com, and you can purchase my artwork. And I will be launching very, very soon wearable art commissions. So, you know, me coming on here live is just kind of showing y'all the behind the scenes. CM Mike says the transparency is refreshing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like, I don't know. I also feel like because of this rise, and also I think I get really passionate about subject matter like this because I studied international political economy, and like I was one of those precocious like activist kids, and then I took classes at Duke. You know, in middle school and high school, I went to nerd camp, and like I remember a lot of the classes would be on democratization in the Middle East, international relations, and stuff like that. And just growing up, I loved watching 60 Minutes, learning about what's happening in the world. And right now, what we're seeing, nothing is isolated. What we're seeing in Kenya, what we're seeing in Madagascar, where else? Nepal, I think Peru, they were also having, you know, their Gen Z protests. I remember how old I was when the Arab Spring happened, and it's because people were fed up with liars as leaders. They were fed up with people who wanted to take advantage of working class people, of creative people, like just of the people who make the foundation of society. And I do think we're seeing that again. And I think it's a really great time. As hard as things are, I do think it's a cool time to be an artist because musicians, artists, all of us, we're going to be the cultural archive that people look to when they want to know, how do people resist these authoritarian regimes? How did people resist panoptic, you know, attempts to surveil creation and what's it called? What is the word I'm thinking about right now? But yeah, to surveil creation and to censor creativity. Like the artists, that they're gonna look to us. They're not gonna look to the supply chain manager of the corporations. Like they're gonna look to the artists, the musicians, the painters, the fashion designers. That's always been the marker of where society is. It's like a temperature check, you know? Yeah. CM Mike says, fed up with old style rulership and kingdoms. I totally agree. Like, that's why I'm very big on talking about decolonization. And people don't understand that, like, I mean, America was a colony as well, you know, and I do think there's so many things about what we're experiencing and what we're witnessing right now in the country where we have to, like, even if you don't want to like take to the streets, because I'm not doing that. I remember I used to be very big into like, you know, protests and stuff when I was younger, but I don't think it's safe for me as a, you know, 5'5" woman. Like I'm not putting my life in danger, but I think there's other ways that I can go about, you know, making a difference, using my platform to center these conversations. What I put in my book, like literally, let me show you guys. If you just joined, like in my book, Course of Nature, if you check it out on Amazon, like I talk about stuff like that as well. So I do think that a lot of times artists and creative people, writers, songwriters, musicians, we have so much. Like, look at John Lennon. May he rest in peace. But like, you know, look at John Lennon. Look at the impact that people like Duke Ellington, Ella Fitzgerald were able to make. James Baldwin, a writer. Like, artists, man, we make the world go round. So going back to AI, the whole conversation about that, I don't care about that. Oh wait, okay, y'all, this is looking really cute. Let me pause on my Bernie Sanders style rant, and like I'm gonna show you guys very soon. Actually, let me just show y'all now. The paint that I thought was a little bit too light, actually, I'm liking how it looks. Okay. So this is what we're working with thus far. I will add more detail to the flowers, but that's probably going to be like the last thing that I do. CM Mike says, have you traveled around Africa, Europe, China? My goal is Cameroon, Tanzania, and a few others. I would love to go to Tanzania. My brother-in-law is actually from Cameroon. Tu parles français? Excuse me. So, oh wait, hold on. Let me make sure that you guys can still hear me, because sometimes the Bluetooth just like randomly does stuff. Okay. What was I saying? Wait, hold on. I studied abroad in Amsterdam years ago, and during that time I went to Portugal, Germany, and I mean all around the Netherlands. Portugal, Germany, the Netherlands. Oh yeah, and France. I went to France, and so when I was in the Netherlands, I was staying in Amsterdam. I was studying at the University of Amsterdam. And we went to like Haarlem, all of the different cities in the Netherlands. And then I went to Paris. I've been to Paris and Marseille. I've been to Barcelona, Spain, Albufeira, Portugal. In Africa, I can't say I've been to too many countries in Africa. I do want to though. I really want to like go to Nigeria, of course. That's where my family's from. And then I want to go to Senegal, Dakar. Definitely like a dream. I also want to go to Kenya, but there's a lot going on in Nairobi right now. So yeah, but I do want to go to Cape Town as well. I've been to different places in the Caribbean. I've been to Barbados, which I think like the Caribbean, I mean, they have their own modern colonialism happening. But yeah, the Caribbean is pretty cool. Like I like Barbados a lot. The Bahamas were cool, but I think Barbados is less touristy. Of course, I've been to Mexico, like every American has. But I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah, Guatemala. I'm trying to think. Am I missing one? Yeah, but there's so many places I want to go to in South America. Oh, il s'agit, je parle français un petit peu. Oui, je parle français parce que je l'ai étudié pendant le lycée et l'université pour 7 ou 8 années. Oui. Mais maintenant, j'ai besoin de plus pratiquer avec une personne francophone. Je voudrais habiter en France, mais maintenant, parce que I don't even know how you say the uprisings against Macron right now are just like, oh, maybe I should just stay here. We already have enough of that in America. I'm not trying to like encounter that in a different country where I'm going to have peace. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. French people, they on some different stuff. Like I feel like when I look at their protests and stuff, I'm like, oh wow, this is like really serious. But I mean, of course, it's like, hello, the French Revolution told us enough. I have a Caribbean, so Sam Mike says, I have a Caribbean cruise next January. The Lesser Antilles, Martinique, Grenada, Guadeloupe. Ooh, that's gonna be so fun. I'm jelly. Although cruises freak me out low-key, but I do want to visit Martinique. That sounds really fun. Where are you from? Are you like what is your cultural background? I'm curious. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to just maybe fix one more area, and then I think we'll move on from the skin tones for this painting. I still don't know. Maybe y'all can tell me. What do you think I should put down here? Like, I feel like I kind of want to do a violet color, some blues, like, I don't know. We'll see. This is very intuitive at the moment. Like, I did not plan this out. Okay. I'm liking this playlist. So I have this other copyright-free music playlist that I play, but it's lo-fi and sometimes it makes me kind of sleepy. I cannot lie. Okay, so I'm going to finish the face a little bit. Oh, this is looking so cute. Yay. Okay, thanks to those of y'all who have been like tuned in. So let's see, we're on, let's see, I think we're like a little bit over an hour, like an hour and 30 minutes. Oh no, it's been almost 2 hours, JK. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just stay on live until I don't feel like it anymore today. How's that sound? Because I am enjoying the conversation and stuff. Also, if you're enjoying this, definitely give it a thumbs up, give it a like. But yeah, I do kind of want to try to finish this painting or this project today, for the most part at least, and then I can let it dry and then set the paint and everything and then be able to show y'all what it looks like on me. So that would be fun. Okay, let me show you guys what it's looking like thus far, if you're just tuning in. Okay, so slowly but surely, it's coming along. It is coming along. But y'all, I'm telling you, painting takes forever, like, but it's so fun. It's so fun. I like am so happy that I came to this earth as an artist. Yeah. I can't imagine being anything else. Okay. Ooh. Hold on. 11. So, okay, sing on mic. Let's see. What did you just say? Live in Maryland, born near Annapolis, near Chesapeake Bay. Ancestry is very Caribbean Scottish, but I'm African American for simplicity. Period. I love it. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, to Nigerian immigrants. So I feel you. Like, okay, there's all that conversation about like who is really black, like they, you know, the diaspora wars online. I don't really try to get into all of that discourse because I think it's so much more nuanced than people are willing to engage with online. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, also, the Black Panthers and all of them, they have solidarity across like all black groups, and so I just wish we could go back to that instead of trying to like create more division across the global black polity, because obviously I get that, you know, not all black experiences are the same, and then race is a social construct, like obviously I know that, but you know, I